Welcome back to another episode of From the Point by your favorite point. Brought to you by Sprite, the clear favorite. I'm also here again with my brother Winston. You're too far, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
A little far for a handshake, but
a little banged up
man,
right now, man.
How you doing, man? Another week, another episode, another month, another episode. We back here with Bleacher Report. How you feel?
Yes, it's a great day to be back. Great, got some stuff to talk about. It's cool. It's been a great month though.
Man, a lot of mix in the sports world. I was watching the NFL playoffs, man. Shout out to C.J. Stroud and Jordan Love, man. Balling.
That ain't the word. It's like hooping, like overdoing it.
Man,
hooping. Both are going crazy.
Hooping. Who you got? Who you got in the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl?
A lot of football left.
I don't want to doubt Lamar. This may be the year that he just erases all the doubt of everybody, and I'm pulling for him. So I want Lamar to win one. So I think I'm going to go with them on that side. Man, I don't know, man. It's going to be them. It's going to be who you got? I got Baltimore winning it all.
I think Baltimore, just because they're playing really, really good football right now. I think, like you said, Lamar's been playing excellent. I think their receiving core. I'm so happy to see Odell balling.
Odell hooping.
He's hooping. And then on the opposite side, I mean, listen, Detroit's out here balling right now.
But the 49ers going. That's the only other team I think can win it all. Cause
their defense is crazy. They
got Christian McCaffrey. They have
George Kittle from Oklahoma.
George Kittle from Norman, Oklahoma. Shout out Norman.
Norman
High. I mean, you got Brock Purdy. You got some killers on offense too.
Yeah, NFL isn't the only sports that we've had going on. MLK was a really big day for hoops, man. Talk about the importance that it was playing on MLK and.
I mean, it was an honor to play on MLK Day. It always is, especially here in Atlanta. I mean, just knowing the history. I mean, that he brought not only to the African American people. I mean, just the city of Atlanta. Like, I mean, he has family. He has family that still lives here. So to be able to put on that jersey and play on this day, in this city, it means something to me. So it's always an honor to be able to represent him on a special day for sure.
Absolutely. It's great to honor his memory, honor his family's legacy. Glad you guys were able to get the win on MLK Day. Listen, I don't know of many people that scored their 10,000th point and then pull up and record a podcast directly after. So, man, congratulations.
Appreciate
on
it.
your 10,000th point. Seriously, though, you became the fastest player in NBA history to reach 10,000 points, 3.5 thousand assists, and 1,000 three-pointers made. You did it in 390 games, bro. It's pretty fast.
No, that's pretty cool.
Getting into those stats, man. You gonna be able to keep this up your whole career?
I mean, that's the plan. I don't doubt it. I mean, obviously, age is gonna make it tougher as I get older, but right now I feel good. I mean, obviously, I'm not old, so I'm just continuing to play the way I've always been playing. So it's definitely a blessing to be able to reach 10,000 points and all these assists. But, I mean, I obviously couldn't do it without my teammates. Like, I mean, getting me the ball, having space on the floor for me to create for myself. Like, so it's not anytime you get an achievement or award individually, it's never, especially in a sport that we play, an individual award. So my teammates helped me a lot throughout these years and to help me get where I am right now.
Yeah, I'm on pace for that too. Did you know that?
Oh, you are?
That same stat line, except mine is in my men's league, and I think I'm on pace to be the youngest in my men's league by about 40 years to get there. So if I hit that mark by about age 57 and a half, I'll be good.
Yeah,
I'll be good money.
I think you'll be on the right path.
With the 10,000th point, actually, you officially qualify for the NBA's all-time points per game leaderboard in their career. So basically, taking everybody's career averages and who has the highest of that career average. You actually are 13th on that list. Some of the greats on that list include Will Chamberlain, Michael Jordan. Mm-hmm. Man, what does it feel like to be on that list with some of those greats?
Man, it's a unreal feeling. It's an honor to be mentioned with those type of guys. It's crazy. those are guys that I've looked up to, and I mean, even guys that I didn't necessarily get to watch play, I know who they were, and I know the impact that they had on the game before I was even thought of. So I definitely appreciate being on those types of lists, because I know, I mean, it's only greats ahead of me and even around me. So you can only appreciate being on those types of lists, and appreciate the teammates and the people that helped you be on that type of list too. So I know I couldn't do it by myself.
All the dominoes fell yesterday, it seems like, in terms of playing on such an important day in history with honoring MLK's legacy, you hitting such an amazing career stat line for you. You actually gave your jersey to a fan yesterday, and I didn't get to see the sign by any chance, but I remember we were talking last night and talking about he held up this sign that I couldn't resist, man. I had to give him my jersey.
Yeah.
It was such a dope video.
No, yeah, it was cool. A lot of people hit me. Even my dad hit me, asked me if I kept the jersey after the game, and thankfully my equipment manager at halftime grabbed the jersey, because I needed like 1 point in the second half or something. I had no idea before the game I was close to this and all that, but so the equipment manager took my jersey at halftime and just kept it, because he knew I was going to want to keep my jersey and probably give one away after the game. So he kept that jersey, and I think I needed 1 point in the second half and did it. And after the game I gave away that, but I definitely kept the jersey that I had in the first half. So but that I saw a sign, and it was really cool. It was like they had just came from somewhere, or it was a birthday celebration. So I wanted to give them something.
Definitely made that kid's night for sure. You played against the Spurs last night. Victor Wembanyama, ton of hype around him. What was it like? I know this is your second time playing him this year, but just to be able to share the court with him, get to see some of his game and what that's been about. How would you say, as a peer, you're most excited for him to continue to grow his game, and what's it like sharing the floor with him?
I mean, he's going to be a beast in this league. I mean, as long as he can play. His presence on the floor alone is impactful, and I mean, just on defense, offense, he can create for other people. He just disrupts people on defense. So he can do pretty much everything, and it's everything that everybody's been saying about him. And you can tell he's humble. He competes. He wants to work hard. So he has all the intangibles to be, I mean, the best player ever. It's just, I mean, the accolades and team accolades as his career goes on is what's going to determine that. So he definitely has the tools, though.
You guys have both trained with Tim Martin, a trainer who, unfortunately, I'm not cold enough to train with. Tim, if you're watching this, man, definitely hit me up for some training sessions. I still need it to dominate my men's league. But have you ever trained with Wemby before? I actually don't know this.
Nah.
You haven't?
Nah.
Have there been any instances where Tim is like, dude, like, before he got drafted, I'll say, like, because I know you and Tim are super close, that Tim was like, because obviously Victor works out with him, like, oh, man, like, be on the lookout, because this dude he's for real.
Yeah, no, I've been working with Tim since I was in high school. I mean, we work out once or twice a year. I go down to Dallas. I go down on Christmas. I trained with him and some other guys. I've trained with them in the summertime. I go down there and just spend a weekend or two in Dallas and just train with them, just spend some time with them. And he would always tell me how he was going back and forth to France to work with this young kid who's going to be the next prodigy, this next up-and-coming thing. And he was always telling me about him. And as Victor was obviously getting older, the world started knowing more and more about him. And I had heard about him. I didn't know what he was going to be. And seeing him now, I can tell the reason. I mean, I know Tim is probably not the only person. I bet Tim will tell you himself that he's not the only person that put Victor in these situations or gave Victor all these tools, but he's definitely one of these guys. And so just seeing Victor play for the first time just as a high school kid, and then now, being overseas and then now coming over here, you can tell that some of the things that Tim puts in his workouts and his training sessions that Victor has in his game. And, I mean, Tim is a guard, so just having guard-like skills and mindset when you're 7'4", 7'5", like, it's hard to stop. So, but no, Tim had told me about him. a long time ago before. I mean, a lot of people over here really knew about him because he was going over there training them.
Mm-hmm. I know some of his workouts are notorious for having these crazy intensive drills. There was a clip. Obviously, we were still going to school at the time. I didn't even know you did this, but it surfaced probably like 6 months ago of where he would take the rock and he would throw it from under the goal, and you'd have to go run, get it, catch and shoot.
Yeah.
Run, get it, catch and shoot, and it was going on for like 90 seconds. I think you made like 20 something in a row. I also heard that Tim actually teaches and has taught folks how to like properly nutmeg people, and you obviously have some notorious nutmegs. Now it looks like we got 7'4" dudes in the league nutmegging dudes.
Yeah.
I mean, like, is this like, does he really teach people like how to nutmeg?
I don't know about the nutmegging part. He may be teaching other people now. He ain't teaching me how to do that. But he definitely, you can teach people how to do that. I wouldn't be surprised if he does. I mean, he teaches a lot of in his workouts about conditioning and keeping your feet moving with the ball moving at the same time, like never letting a defender like guess your next move and things like that. So he's definitely one of the best trainers out here for sure.
So who taught you? You just practice on like some dummies to
nutmeg? Just practice. I mean, messing around and then playing in Oklahoma. You can practice sometimes.
Okay.
You can practice sometimes in games.
There was I think you commented on, I think it was a Bleacher Report post, but there was that clip where Victor actually like jumped up in the air, like one of his teammates beat somebody off the dribble and like had a lob opportunity for him. And I think you commented like, man, this is an easy lob. But talk about what it would be like to play with somebody. It could be him or it could be somebody else in the league, because you've played with a couple guys before where they have incredible athleticism and all that, just reading lobs just in general. I think it would be great for you to talk about what that's like to read a lob, actually, because people don't understand like how difficult that is to throw lobs just in general. You're obviously one of the most proficient in the league. So like, how would you read plays where you would have to throw a lob?
I think the part about throwing a lob is really just having confidence in your big too, and knowing that he's gonna go jump and get it. Like, I feel like I give my big so much confidence as far as like if they set a screen, they get behind their man, because I feel like if I get into the paint, his man's gonna worry about me. So if they don't worry about me, I'm gonna be shooting floaters to death and just getting good shots in the paint. And so eventually, they're always going to get good looks because a team is not just going to let me do that all game. So they're eventually going to step up. And so I really just tell our bigs, just keep rolling, keep setting screens. And every big I really played with, from Dwayne Dedman, Alex Lynn, John, CC, Big O, they all know how to set screens, and they all bring different attributes to the game. So it's just about knowing my big strengths, and thankfully I've been playing with bigs who can jump a little bit and go catch my lobs. And so it's more about just feeding them and just knowing when and how to give it to them for sure.
Absolutely. Pivot here, but we're about a month away from All-Star. Can't believe the season's already going by this fast. We're expected to have the third and final fan returns come out this week. Let's actually take a look for the second returns, where those are at. Yeah, so that's the West.
It's the West. You got, for sure.
Guard-wise.
That's going to be 3. That's locks.
Do you agree with those so far?
Yeah, it's going to be, it's LeBron, Jokic, KD. It's Lucas. It's
you can't really argue with this.
It's more about
list.
the fans. It's like, what do the fans want to see? It's an all-star game. So, no matter how bad the Warriors are doing right now, you want to see Steph Curry play.
Want to see the best people play. Absolutely.
I agree with it. Trey could be up there higher than Steph.
Okay, here's the East.
Yeah, I agree with it too.
I think you said it best, honestly. The All-Star game is about seeing the best players play with each other on the court. I think, I don't know how you could disagree with this.
I think the All-Star thing, the All-Star it's about the fans. Like, I mean, it's not about anybody else. It's about the fans, and so I see why they give the fans their own vote, and really a big part of the reason why guys are starters. So no, it's a fan award. It's a fan vote. It's for the fans. Like, the players go to All-Star for the fans. Like, we don't go there for us for real. We go there for the fans, for our families, and for the environment to bring everybody with us, to have fun for the weekend, celebrate. I mean, the work we put in the first half of the season, and understanding the second half is just right around the corner. So it's just, I think it's just for the fans. So I think the returns are where they should be.
Yeah, 1.4. That's a lot of people voting for Trae Young second time around.
It's a blessing for sure. I feel like a lot of my fans know if I don't get voted in, it's gonna be tough for me to get in. Maybe this year is different, but in the past and previous years, if I didn't get in as a starter, I haven't really ever got in as a reserve. So maybe that's why they're voting for me.
What does a third selection mean to you in terms of your legacy? In terms of, I think you said it best too, though. Is like you really go out there to put on a show, as do all those guys. And how? But what does a third selection mean to you, though?
I mean, it mean a lot to me. It mean the work I put in is being paid off, and obviously I know I still have more work to do, because what I want to do is win a championship. It's not to be an all-star and to be nothing like that, but I mean, being an all-star, you can't take that for granted. And I mean, not everybody is blessed with the opportunity to be all-stars. Even really good players have never had the chance to be an all-star. So I can never just sit up here and take that for granted. But at the same time, I have bigger goals and bigger dreams that I want to achieve. And after being snubbed a couple times, I feel like the All-Star game is a different outlook in my eyes than maybe to somebody else. So that's how I look at it. And for me, I'd rather see my boy Bogey be in the three-point contest, and that would make my All-Star weekend really cool.
That's awesome. I want to play a little game with you. Since we're talking about All-Star weekend, I want you to take these 3 challenges and build what you think would be the best Saturday night. Basically, what I want you to do is name a player or group of players that you would like to see participate in these 3 things.
Okay.
First is the skills challenge.
So it's just right now or all time? Or?
I think all time.
Okay.
All time.
Okay, we're gonna do all time. We're gonna do all time skills. First person that comes to mind is D Wade. D Wade always had. I think he won a couple. If I haven't forgot. Steve Nash. I'm gonna put him in there. Them 2, and then I'm gonna go
2 more.
This is a tough one. Skills competition. I'm gonna put me in the skills all time. I feel like I got cheated. Jason hit that half-court shot at me. I should have had me a skills championship. But us 3, and then I'll put in Chris Paul.
That's a good list. I think I'm going Magic Johnson, Steve Nash, Chris Paul, and I think I'm gonna throw Oscar in there too.
Okay.
Oscar Robertson.
Okay.
That's probably my 4.
Just so you can see him, because you ain't never really get to see him.
Yeah, exactly. We were too young to watch Magic other than the highlights too. So
Facts.
I think that would
be fire.
Yeah. 3-point contest.
3-point. Got to put Steph. Got to put Steph is in there. I'm going to put Ray Allen in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put Reggie Miller, sniper in there. I'm going to put, for the last one, dang, this is so tough. I'm going to go Chris Mullin.
Great list.
Lefty.
I agree with you. My personal preference would be the first 3, so Steph, Reggie, and Ray Allen. I'm also throwing in Peja Stojakovic.
Okay.
Shout out Peja, man. I'm a huge Peja fan. Last is dunk contest.
Dunk contest. Okay. I feel like this one's gonna be a little bit more easier. I'm gonna put Vince Carter 1. I'm gonna put Zach LaVine 1B 2. That dude got bounced. Man, I'm gonna give Aaron Gordon some love because even though he ain't got love for winning one, he could have won one. Him and Derrick Jones, that was a battle. And then I'm gonna go a human highlight with Dominique.
Great list.
Yeah.
I think I'm going. Personally, I think I'm going Gerald Green.
Gerald Green had bounce.
Crazy. I think you got to go Vince Carter.
Vince Carter.
I would just an inner fanning, but I would love to see LeBron in a dunk contest.
Yeah, but he ain't. I'm tired of seeing that. Tired of
it. Just
We've
my
been saying
own
that
personal
forever.
fit. Yeah.
We know he would win one.
Braun, and then I think my fourth guy in the dunk contest probably gonna go Kobe. I'm gonna go in Kobe. Froby too. Like man, that would be. Yeah. Those are my four.
You may have won.
Are we gonna see you in a dunk contest?
Come on, man. Next question.
So, on a little bit more focus on the season, you guys are currently 11th in the East. You guys are looking to make a big jump before All-Star and then obviously post All-Star. But you guys have been in this situation before. In 2021, you were 16-20 before the All-Star break, and then finished the season 25-11. What was that moment in 2021 that you look back on there like, okay, I very clearly see a switch in our team and our locker room, and what are you looking forward to implementing that again, to seeing that switch, to making that improvement post All-Star and eventually making a run for the playoffs?
Well, first, I don't even – it's hard to really compare years, like, because every team, every year is something different. Every year brings something new and a different challenge. And so that year was a different challenge that was brought to us, and something happened. We made a change, and then it was out of there, and we were able to go on a run and turn the season around. I mean, for me, I don't necessarily know, what the challenge is and point a finger on the challenge, what it is for us right now. But for me, I just hope that, like, whatever it is, we can fix it and go about it the right way. And then as the season goes on, it all turns like it did for us a couple years ago. But it's hard to say that we do what we did back then now and expect the same result, because this is a totally different team, a totally different situation that brings new challenges. So you can't really do that. And so for me, I don't want to look at it like that. I just hope whatever challenge that we have right now that we're going through, that we can find out what it is and figure it out, and then we'll make it work and make the turnaround.
And with those challenges, it's very clear that there's a lot of outside noise that goes on. You have beat writers constantly on the Hawks case. You have Twitter and social media, so the 24-hour news cycle. As a professional, but also a leader of a team, how important is it for you to be able to block out the noise and also make sure you're helping your entire group and yourself play at a high level, perform, and eventually win games?
It's important that you block out the noise, but you're going to hear it. It's not like we don't hear it. It's not like we all aren't aware of what's being said about each of us outside the locker room. But that's where I feel like we got to be better as far as just for each other. And I think we have in certain moments throughout games, but just not even worrying about that. Worry about like what we have going on right now, and because we can only control what we can control. And in the NBA, we can only control so much. And for us as players, like, I think it's hard being in those situations. It's hard hearing your name being talked about going somewhere else, and you could be moved here whenever. You could be in the middle of a game and be traded. I've been a part of teams where that's happened, and it's not easy. For us as a team, we just have to figure it out. And just as this process is going, I think what we've been doing is being just pros about it, and guys have been pros about the situation, and just focus on what we can control, and that's just trying to win games for each other and playing good. Because at the end of the day, you're always playing you're always being watched. And so if you continue to win, that's gonna matter before you leave. So I think it's just about making sure you're a pro throughout the whole situation.
With losses, with sometimes frustration can sometimes have there's fan frustration that comes with a struggling team sometimes. Steph and Clay actually had two little bit differing opinions on this. Steph said that I'm booing myself. It's not our job to give them, or it's our job to give them something to cheer about, and we haven't done that yet. Clay took a little bit more of a different approach and was like, listen, I don't really care. Are you supposed to lose sleep over it or what? What's your reaction to this? And I know that you have your fair share of experience with hearing crowds boo.
Yeah.
Not saying at home, but just in general. I think I know where you're going to go with this, but
oh, I mean, don't ever assume, because that's when you make an ass out of you and me. But nah, I think for me, I mean, I know, like, I would rather, because to be honest, I feel like I've never been booed in Atlanta until, like, the last couple of games. And to be honest with you, like, I feel like I'm on more of the Steph approach as far as, like, they should be booing us. Like, but I feel like that only comes with expectations. Like, I mean, they talking about in Detroit they'll boo and they'll talk about sell the team because they lose 20-something games straight. But they weren't talking about that whenever they lost 10, 11 games because they didn't really have expectations. So the expectations weren't there, and so the fans don't necessarily care as much. And so when a fan base boos, that just shows how much they really care and how much, I mean, they're mad that the expectations aren't being met. And so I don't necessarily mind it. I think there's appropriate boos and then there's not. And I think in certain cases where, like us this year, like us not meeting certain expectations like we should be, there can be moments where you can be booed. And so I think in the same breath with them, they've been champions. So their expectations are high, and so and their fans are of them as well. So I think it's expected whenever the expectations
well
are
said.
high.
So you're saying in response to that there are a culmination of things, but really what sets it over the top is expectations, is that you're expected to meet certain expectations and you don't. That's when they're warranted.
Yeah, for sure.
Got it.
Yeah, that's what it is. I've
got a new little segment. Shout out to our producers that they helped us craft this up, but we're calling this new segment Trey's Bag. We've got some questions from X and the Bleacher Report app that would love your response on. So first one I have is, do you like making a big three at home or away more?
Ooh, big three at home or away? I don't know. It's something about both of them. Something about both. I don't know. I love making a big three at home so we can all celebrate all in the arena.
Home. Home's my pick.
Yeah.
What's your favorite game winner of your career?
Favorite game winner of my career? Favorite game winner was probably, I'm probably just going to say the latest one in TD Garden and Celtics just because it was against the best team I played against in the playoffs, and they just, in that arena, is crazy. So it was a good one.
That would be mine, or the one where you kind of like caught it on the line of catch and made it when Milwaukee was at home.
Mm-hmm.
That one was great.
That was crazy.
Atlanta went crazy whenever you made that shot. The last question that I have is, Jalen looks like he is a budding star in the league. He's really cementing himself on the Hawks team. How have you personally helped him mature in his game?
I mean, I think I'm a small piece of his maturity in his game. I think a lot of it is just him being able to be on the court now and have the opportunity to fail and succeed. Like, when you are on the bench and don't get to play, you don't even get a chance. And I think now that he's gotten more comfortable and now he's gotten more in the rotation, he's able to show more of what he can do. And so for me, all I can really give him is advice throughout the game, stuff I see, things that I see that I can make the game easier for him. And because at the end of the day, I need him just as much as he needs me. And I think just us continuing to communicate with each other is going to be important. And he's a hell of a player. So I'm just glad that people are finally getting to see it. But it was more about him just being able to be on the floor and just getting the opportunity to play is what was holding him back.
Yeah, I think you and Hawks fans around the country, around the world, are just excited to see what you guys can continue to build in Atlanta. So that's great. Brother Ice, thanks so much. It's always a pleasure, man, to get to record with you. Shout out to all the fans that have been watching us. And thanks so much to our presenting sponsor, Sprite, for that crisp lemon lime taste. It's a clear favorite.
Obviously. And there we go. Another episode of From the Point by your favorite point. See y'all again soon.
Peace.
Peace.